What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist here in Gershwin talking about cream cheese donuts, and it's not what you think it is.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I'm here with
Gershwin. Yeah.
the cream cheese talking donut guy.
Yep.
Welcome to another For the Greater.
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below. Put a question in front of your question because we get those questions first. Now, if you enjoy the channel and you want to support, hit us up with the super things. If you do, you can ask us anything and you will lead the next Greater WAAAGH, whether it's cream cheese or not.
Exactly.
And that
leads us to our super thanks guy, Timmy No Toes. He asks us, to go off the idea of Tyranid Orc hybrids, do you guys think that the Orcs' genetic encoding of what type of boy they will become has an effect on the Tyranid biomass as they absorb and use it?
So far, no. We haven't seen that. However, I think that is just a very, biological thing that, really helps out with the survival of the fittest. The old ones created the Orcs and maybe created the Tyranids. So implementing something where within their genetic code, it tells them, be this type of boy or be this type of bioform. It could have just been something super basic. Mm-hmm. At least that's how I interpret it.
Yeah, it's funny because you were about to say supernatural, but supernatural has otherworldly implications, but natural means nature.
Yeah.
Supernature.
So
it should be something that just happens naturally. It's weird how word works.
Well, it does, because I think so for example, within the Orc culture, you have
culture with a K.
Yeah, with a K, obviously. You have individuals who there's going to be this many pain boys, there's going to be this many mechs, there's going to be this many so and so, but that doesn't happen when orc spores first start blooming. Instead, it's there's going to be this many squigs, there's going to be this many Gretchen, there's going to be this many boys. So within humans, we have something similar to that where it's there's going to be this many female, there's going to be this many male. Because that's just a thing. That's just a natural, biological thing. Maybe not even within our genes, but just within our society.
Yeah, because I was thinking, so does that mean, depending on where the orc spores are, depending on their actual environment, does the spore mature into a certain type of orc based on what is needed to prosper in that environment? Or was it always a genetic thing, there's going to be this many this many that?
I think it might be both. And I think that environment really does influence it. But I don't know. Because I'm not a biologist. You guys are smarter than we are, so
tell us, are we wrong?
Yeah.
And it's funny because as you were talking about this, I was thinking of Dawn of War. When you're first creating an army in Dawn of War, you don't just outright get, I've got Terminators right away, I've got Chapter Master. It's no, you start off small and you build up to it. So when you're playing Orcs in Dawn of War, you start off with Gretchen, Squigs, Orc Boys, and then the more resources and power that you accumulate, then you're able to create Orc Knobs, Weird Boys, etc.
Until you get to the Squigoth and the Stompa.
Yeah.
I don't even think they have a Stompa, but the Squigoth. So does that answer his question?
Oh, so then how does that tie in with Tyranids absorbing the Orcs and putting that into the type of Tyranid bioform they put out?
If you check out our 40 facts on how, I think it's in October, I did a video on how the Orcs could defeat Tyranids, or how the Tyranids could defeat the Orcs. It might be a November video. I basically said that the biology of an Orc is actually going to help the Tyranids in that it becomes a consistent form of food, not so much because of their genetic makeup. Mm-hmm. Tyranids the hive mind already knows what type of bioforms to put out based on the threat level of the world. But instead, Orcs would be used as almost like a farm. We're going to build these types of boys to feed the Tyranids that are now or to feed the hive ships, I guess.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. But I think that's usually just the Tyranid hive mind telling the Tyranids what they need to devour the planet.
Yeah, yeah. So it wouldn't be biological because an Orc boy can be formed and he can become a mech, or he can change it and become a doc. but not a Tyranid. A Tyranid bioform gets created, and if it's a flying hive tyrant, it's gonna stay a flying hive tyrant. It's not all of a sudden gonna take on another role.
And the only way they kind of take out another role is by liquefying, turning into goo, going back into the ships, and then coming out as something else. But by that, they have no recollection, no personality. It's a completely different bioform.
Yeah. So I hope that answers that question, and I hope it doesn't sound too convoluted.
Because it is convoluted.
Very much.
Yeah.
Next question comes from Brian B. Is there such a thing as a lesser WAAAGH? In 40K, yeah, just like a good crumpin.
Everybody likes a good crumpin.
In the real world, no. Every WAAAGH
is a great one.
Yeah. A lot of you guys hate it that when I say WAAAGH, or when we say WAAAGH, we put in the G. You're supposed to say WAAAGH. But WAAAGH. Yeah.
It's kind of like when you see the wargs in like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
They're not called war. They're called wargs.
Exactly.
Do you guys pronounce it GIF or GIF?
It's GIF.
GIF.
Next question.
The big one says, what's that silver thing on your wall? Can I steal it and sell it for Jordan since I'm poor and black?
Well, okay. It's finally, we finally got the YouTube 100,000 subscriber
play
black
button
thing. Yeah. And no, it's made out of like nothing.
It's made out of nothing.
It's cheap material. Like, we got it for free from YouTube. Of course, it's going to be made out of. I wonder if you could sell it.
But I mean, I don't think you could sell it for enough to get some J's.
Oh no, not J's.
No, maybe some like JCPenney like knockoffs.
Yeah, for sure. Skechers.
Is JCPenney still a thing?
I think so. I think the one that went out of business is Sears.
It was Sears. Yeah.
That's why it's not the Sears Tower.
It's the JCPenney Tower.
Next question comes from Angel Warrior 28. What is the closest a Space Marine can get to retirement/honorable discharge?
I think the closest would be for the Ultramarines, because eventually you'll have a Space Marine leading or being on a console to like govern Ultramar.
Yeah.
Besides that, you don't really hear much of a Space Marine retiring because they're in till they die.
That's the whole purpose of the indoctrination process and like the initiation. Like, you are no longer human. You are an angel of death, and that's it.
Right. You are the Emperor's sword, the Emperor's shield.
But you're also going to live to 300 to 500 years, so that's a good exchange. Kind of.
Is it? Well, yeah. I mean, because I guess if you were a human, you're probably not going to live as long, especially if you're like on Fenris or Caliban.
Yeah, but then I just realized that you die. Like, the boy that becomes a Space Marine, that boy is dead.
True.
So, like, if we were to become Space Marines right now, even though we couldn't because we're not going through puberty, at least it doesn't feel like we're going, we would die. Like, you would not have Gersh a Space Marine. You would have whoever my Space Marine person would be.
Gersh -1.
Yeah.
No relation.
No relation. Next question.
Angel Warrior 28. Which Primarch got the short end of the stick and was treated with the absolute worst and a piece of shit by everyone? The Emperor included.
In the lore, it was actually Percharabo.
Yeah, everybody mistreated him, pushed him around, gave him wet willies, and flushed his head in the toilet, pushed into lockers.
Yep.
Dang, that sounds a lot like my life.
High school was tough for you.
Was it?
I think so.
It was cool. I liked it. I would actually go back to high school. A lot of people said they would never do those 4 years again.
You just like it because of the fights that would happen in the bathroom. When everybody would go in there, and then like it'd be like you'd square up with some guy, and then you'd be like, fight.
And I'd be putting my Starty training to work.
Yeah, there you go.
Because it's not me fighting, it's the new me.
Right, it's the new you, yeah. Percharabo.
Noise transmuter, not sound alchemist.
That's what, I get it, yeah.
Because Gersh -1, see, it's a circle. We came around to it. But yeah, definitely Lorgar. After
Percharabo.
You think it was Percharabo?
Yeah, the one that was like kicked and
I mean,
treated like shit.
but I thought Lorgar was treated worse.
He was that annoying kid that would like, he deserves it. Like, he was the one that was trying to, like, the Emperor was like, don't worship me, and then he was like, I'm gonna worship you. Yeah. So he deserved all the punishment. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, Percharabo actually fought for his stuff. He was the main reason why the Horus Heresy was so beneficial for Chaos. The dude was doing all the dirty work.
Yeah.
And what did he get? Nothing. That's why he pulled out.
Yeah. He doesn't even have a model.
He does.
Well, No, well,
For Forge World.
Yeah, Forge World. But like, he's not a demon, or he is a demon prince, but he's not. He's probably not going to be coming out for GW in a while because he's not one of the 4 main.
Yeah, he's like
dudes.
Chaos Undivided.
So he's even mistreated by
By GW. It's like, here's Vashtor.
Yeah.
Wait, we wanted Percharabo. No, you get this.
But yeah. Next question.
This one is by Jamie Perales. I feel like Percharabo can probably be redeemed. He just needs a nice little hug. Can he redeem himself since he's not aligned to a chaos god?
No. Once you go chaos, you never go back. It's like blood in, blood out.
But he's not full chaos, like you said. He's undivided.
Oh yeah, but like, so is Be'lakor. Can Be'lakor ever come back?
No, because he's a demon prince, because he actually stole from them.
Well, Percharabo was a demon prince.
Yeah, that's true. Never mind.
He was his ascension to demonhood, his deification, cost the life of a lot of people during the betrayal of Cal.
Mm-hmm. You right. Yeah, whenever it comes to the Chaos Primarch being redeemed, it's very hard to do it. But watch, GW's going to find a way.
Just like they're going to bring back Sanguinius, which is some bullshit.
Yeah, because I feel like death should be actual, well, not sacred, but it should be like a finite thing. Because once you start bringing people back from the dead, I feel like it kind of taints things, kind of like time travel.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this guy died, or oh, this died, so none of that really matters because we could just go back in time, or none of this really matters because we could just revive them. It's like, make something like actually solid, concrete.
For sure, yeah. It reminds me of the Marvel movies and how, like, for a while you're like, yeah, he's not dead.
Right. The comics are like that, but the comics are different.
Yeah. Even though last time we were talking about the not the Iron Warriors, the Iron Hands dude coming
Ferrus
back.
Manus.
Yeah, as like a deification of the Legion of the Damned. That'd be
That's cool. Make it cool. You're going to bring them back.
And those were the questions for today.
Yeah, thank you for all these questions, guys. It was really enjoyable answering them. Thanks again for the super thanks. If you guys want to cement these questions, super thanks is the way to go. If not, put question for other questions because we get to those questions first. And yeah, keep those questions coming, and so will we. Dang, I just wanted to get to that so quick, my tongue got tied. But yeah, this has been the Sound Alchemist,
Gershwin.
and we are out of here.
Always used to put my freedom first in any situation.